I don't think any of you will be surprised when I tell you that as a teenage student and animator, I spend an ungodly amount of time on the internet. Especially in the early hours of the morning when your only comfort is your screen glaring angrily back at you. But I think we can all relate to the point in the evening, around 3 AM, when you begin the activity what has been dubbed the internet deep dive. If you've never partaken in this, the definition for the internet deep dive is slang for exploring a subject in depth. Exploring the figurative rabbit hole, if you will. Basically, you go on the internet, probably YouTube, and continuously click on your recommended videos until you find some random topic like, who really caused the Titanic? Are the government secretly innocent people? Is the quarantine just a hoax so that they can charge all the birds? And it's at such a time that you're so deeply interested and positively delirious that you seem to be existing on another plane of time completely. And that's why it's something that makes me happy. One of my favourite YouTube channels is a channel called Game Theory. They've been going strong for about 10 years now, and they basically make a living off making conspiracy theories to do with video games. For example, they have a whole series exploring the Super Mario Bros. Universe, and claiming that each and every one of the characters has some hidden agenda. Things like, is Mario a psychopath? Matt, the guy who runs it, makes a very convincing case that Mario is actually despicable, an animal abuser, and secretly hates his brother Luigi. Or, if you want something more jolly, what about Rosalina, the Galaxy Princess, is secretly the daughter of Mario and Peach? There's strong and quite compelling genetic evidence to suggest this. The little toad guy? Yeah, he's now a vicious parasite aiming to take over the Mushroom Kingdom. I wouldn't have thought it. So, where am I going with this? I don't entirely know, but that's the nature of a conspiracy video, isn't it? But for the sake of my English project and your sanity, I'm going to make a theory of my own. Why are conspiracy videos so entertaining? As all good conspiracy videos begin, you need to research and provide evidence. None of them have to necessarily link, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going to try. Live Science produced an article that was pretty good in explaining their take on it. It outlines how people seek out conspiracy videos because of validation, comfort, and a little thing called hold on.
Schizotypy.
Although you'd be right that saying the name relates to schizophrenia, it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone who likes conspiracy theories is a schizophrenic. Schizophrenic. Thank God. Schizotypy is quite complicated, but it boils down to a group of traits including relatively untrusting, ideologically eccentric, and prone to having unusual perceptual experiences, which basically means seeing ghosts. As well as this, they describe that conspiracy believers tend to also be worst case scenario kind of people, believing that the world is a very dangerous place, and if someone breathes even slightly funny, it means it's the end of the world. So far we've pretty much concluded that I hate everything and I believe that everyone is out to kill me, which A, is probably more true than it should be, and B, is very bad for my case. So, once again, where am I going? I think that there's a certain air of untrust around every single person on this planet. Of course, it becomes more evident in certain times of need. Panic buyers. Sorry, it's the hay fever. But there's a primal instinct in all of us that doesn't really trust anyone or anything in case it eats, poisons, or says mean things about us. What I'm trying to say is that although the traits that I've listed for a conspiracy believer is not incorrect, I think that people who enjoy these videos have some aspect of the traits buried deep down inside their DNA. Although I and a lot of people don't actually seriously believe any of these theories, it gives them a very twisted sense of comfort in that their primitive fears are recognised and validated when they watch these videos. This, paired with the delirium of being awake at 3 AM, I believe gives a very heightened sense of this validation. You not only get the strange comfort that they might have actually lied about the moon landing, but you also get this feeling enhanced. This on top of everything being 12 times more interesting because your brain has a processing power of a crisp packet. It's a form of escapism, fundamentally. If you think about the isolation that is the witching hour, and then compare it to this feeling of validation, it creates this sense of otherworldliness. And that's pretty much what escapism is all about. Not being in this world for a bit. So, let's review. Why do conspiracy videos make me happy? I think that especially in these times, escapism is a really good thing to practice. Whether that's reading a book, playing video games, or discovering the secrets behind the Illuminati. Just take some time to escape into something that isn't March 2020 on Earth. And if you're curious, try deep diving sometime. Maybe not during remote schooling. But if you find yourself awake at 3 AM, go onto YouTube and go into your recommended tab to see what absolutely insane theories you can find. And spare a thought for me, a struggling animator who really needs to find a suitable sleep schedule.